Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into online business?
I'm ready.
You know those challenges every new entrepreneur runs into? We're going to tackle those head on today.
Love it.
And we've got this awesome guide to help us out.
Oh, yeah.
It's from blogwidow.com, Overcoming Challenges in Online Business, Tips for New Entrepreneurs.
Sounds like a good one.
So we're going to pull out some of those actionable strategies straight from the source, stuff you can actually use.
Awesome.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll be ready to not just survive, but thrive in the digital world. You know, one of the first things this Blog Widow post dives into is finding your niche.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Right. But it's not just about what you're passionate about.
Exactly.
You've got to find something that's actually profitable too, something that people actually want.
Passion meets profit. That's the sweet spot.
Totally. But how do you find that balance? Everyone says do your market research, but I don't know, it can all feel a bit overwhelming.
I know what you mean.
So what does market research actually look like in practice?
Well, this Blog Widow post breaks it down really well. They recommend some great tools, like Google Trends, for example.
Trends, okay.
It basically shows you what people are searching for online.
So you can see if anyone's even interested in what you're thinking about offering.
Exactly. It's a great way to get a feel for the overall demand.
Smart. Okay, what else?
Then there's SEMrush.
SEMrush.
It's like, I don't know, spying on your competition, but in a totally legal way.
Okay, I like where this is going.
You can see what keywords they're using, how much traffic they're getting. You get all these insights.
So it's about understanding the landscape, seeing who's already out there and what they're doing.
Right.
Okay, so we've got Google Trends for the big picture and SEMrush for like a competitive intel.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else? Any other tools they recommend?
Oh, yeah. They mentioned Uber Suggest, too. It's great for keyword research. It helps you find those, like, golden nuggets, the words that people are actually typing in.
Ah, so you're not just guessing.
Right. You're being strategic.
Yeah.
But here's a tip they throw in that I love. Explore online communities.
Communities.
Like Reddit, Quora. Those places are gold mines.
Why those?
Because you can see what questions people are asking, what problems they're having.
Ah, you're tapping into those real-time conversations.
Exactly. You get to see what's actually resonating with your target audience.
I love that. So you're basically going where your customers already are.
And you're just listening.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you've found your perfect niche, done your research, you're all set, right? Time to open up shop.
Well, not so fast.
Oh no. What else?
The next big hurdle, they say, is traffic generation.
Right, because you can have the best website in the world, but if nobody sees it...
It's like building a store in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. Nobody's going to find you.
And that's why the post is all about SEO, search engine optimization.
Oh yeah, SEO. I've heard of it, but to be honest, it sounds a bit intimidating.
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
Like you need to be a computer whiz to understand it.
No, not at all. They explain it in a really clear way. It's about using the right keywords,
Okay.
optimizing your content, and getting those backlinks, basically like votes of confidence from other websites.
So it's about making it easy for Google to find you and understand what your site's all about.
Exactly. You want those search engines to, like, love your website.
So it's not just about, like, stuffing your website with every keyword you can think of.
Oh, no. It has to be strategic.
Got it. Are there any tools that can help with SEO?
Oh, tons. But they specifically mentioned Ahrefs and Moz.
Okay, Ahrefs and Moz.
They can help you choose the right keywords, analyze your website's performance, all that good stuff.
So they're like your SEO sidekicks.
Totally. Guiding you along the way.
Okay, so SEO is one way to get those eyeballs on your website. What else is out there?
Well, social media is huge, obviously.
Right. Everyone's on social media these days.
Think Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube.
So you can reach people who are already interested in what you offer?
It's exactly. Building a community around your brand.
Love it.
And if you want to boost your reach even further, there's always paid advertising.
Like Google ads, Facebook ads.
Exactly. But the post warns against just throwing money at ads.
You have to be smart about it.
You don't want to waste your budget on clicks that don't turn into customers.
So let's say you've got those visitors coming to your website. What happens next?
That's when we tackle the next big challenge, building trust.
Ooh, that's a big one. Especially online, right?
It is. You have to convince people that they can trust you enough to actually buy from you.
Right, because you don't have that face-to-face interaction.
You can't just shake someone's hand.
So how do you build that trust online?
Social proof is huge.
Social proof, what's that?
It's showing potential customers that other people have had good experiences with you.
Ah, you mean like testimonials and reviews?
Exactly. Reviews are gold.
I always check reviews before I buy something online.
We all do. It's
Yeah.
how we make decisions these days.
Right. Does the Blog Widow post mention any platforms for reviews?
Oh yeah, they recommend Trustpilot and Yotpo. They're great for collecting and managing reviews. But it's not just about reviews.
Okay.
I
What?
say you need those detailed product descriptions. Be upfront about pricing, and of course, offer exceptional customer service.
So it's about being transparent,
Exactly. Showing your customers that you're trustworthy.
which makes sense, I guess. Okay, so we've got traffic coming in, we're building trust. Now we need to talk about something that can be a bit scary.
Oh, what's that?
Finances.
Ah, the F word. I know what you mean.
It can be especially daunting for new entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. If you're not coming from a business background, it can feel overwhelming.
So what are some tips? What does the Blog Widow post say?
Well, they're big on accounting software, like QuickBooks or FreshBooks.
Okay, heard of those.
They make tracking your income and expenses so much easier.
Plus, you can create invoices, even prepare for tax season.
Exactly. They just make your life easier.
That sounds amazing. But even with software, you still need those good habits, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're big on budgeting, too.
Right, because it's easy to, let things get out of control.
Exactly. You have to know where your money is going.
Makes sense. Anything else?
They also remind you to have an emergency fund.
Oh, the emergency fund. Always a good idea.
That's your safety net for those unexpected bumps in the road.
So you're not caught off guard when something comes up.
Right. It's about planning for the unexpected.
Okay, so we've tackled finding your niche, generating traffic, building trust, managing those finances. It's a lot.
It really is.
But we're not done yet. Now we need to figure out how to actually turn those visitors into customers.
Right, because they might be browsing your site, but are they buying?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is. And the Blog Widow post introduces this concept called conversion rate optimization. CRO for short.
CRO. Okay, I'm going to need you to explain that one.
It's basically about making sure your website is working for you. It's about, nudging those visitors towards that buy now button.
Okay, I'm listening.
They recommend starting with A/B testing.
A/B testing. What's that?
You basically create two versions of a web page element, like a headline or a button,
Okay.
and you see which one performs better.
Ah, so you can see what resonates better with your audience.
Exactly. There are even tools like Optimizely and Unbounce
Yeah.
that make A/B testing super easy.
Okay, cool. So it's about experimenting.
Yeah, and see what works. They also highlight some key factors for conversions.
Like what?
First of all, your website needs to load fast.
Oh, yeah. I'm guilty of clicking away if a page takes forever to load.
We all are. People are impatient.
True. Okay, what else?
It has to be mobile friendly.
Oh, right, because everyone's on their phones these days.
Exactly. You don't want to lose customers because your site looks terrible on a phone.
Makes sense. And last but not least,
You need a clear value proposition.
value proposition.
What makes your product or service unique? Why should they choose you over the competition?
You got to make it clear, right?
Absolutely. So much to think about.
I know. It's like, whoa, running an online business is a lot more complicated than I thought.
It is. But that's why this post is so helpful, right?
Totally. Speaking of a lot to think about, time management is a huge challenge for entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah. That's a constant battle.
Yeah.
It really is, especially when you're wearing all the hats in your business.
Oh, yeah. When you're the CEO, the marketer, the customer service rep,
All rolled into one.
it's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Definitely.
So how do you even keep up? Does this Blog Widow post offer any advice?
They do. They're big fans of those project management tools
Project management tool?
like Trello or Asana or...
Oh, yeah, Monday.com. I've heard of that one.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're basically like your digital assistants.
Helping you stay organized.
Right. So you can manage your tasks, set deadlines,
And if you have a team,
you can collaborate with everyone.
so it's all about using those tools,
Yeah, to make life a little bit easier.
working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And speaking of working smarter,
Yes.
they also suggest trying automation.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
You know those repetitive tasks that eat up all your time?
Oh, yeah, like sending those welcome emails or scheduling social media posts.
Or following up with
Your
customers?
list goes on and on.
So there's this tool called Zapier,
Zapier.
and it can automate all those things.
Wait, really?
It's kind of like magic.
So you can free up your time to focus on the bigger picture stuff.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It is, but even with automation,
I know what you're going to say.
it's still so easy to get sidetracked.
It is. Social media, email, everything's fighting for our attention.
It's a losing battle sometimes, but that's why the post recommends time tracking.
Time tracking.
Yeah, using an app like Toggle.
Okay.
It basically shows you where all your time is actually going.
Oh, so you can figure out what your biggest time wasters are.
Exactly. So you can be more intentional about how you spend your time.
I like
Right. Focus on those tasks that, really matter.
the ones that actually move the needle.
Yes. So we've talked about staying organized and being more efficient with our time.
Right. But there's another big challenge that every online business faces:
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
competition.
Yeah, it's a tough one, especially online.
So how do you stand out from the crowd when everyone's trying to do the same thing?
That's where your unique value proposition comes in.
Unique value proposition. Okay, break that down for me.
It's basically what makes your business special.
What sets you apart from all the others?
Right.
Got it.
It's like, why should a customer choose you over a similar business?
Okay, so give me an example.
Well, maybe your products are made with, sustainable materials.
Okay.
Or maybe you offer amazing personalized customer service.
Right, that personal touch can make a big difference.
Or maybe your brand just has a really unique personality.
Like you've got that special something.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about figuring out that, why choose us factor.
Okay, I like it, but how do you actually figure that out? Is there like a formula?
Well, they recommend doing a little bit of digging,
Dig in.
like competitive analysis.
So checking out what your competitors are doing.
Exactly.
Hmm.
There are even tools for that, like SimilarWeb or SpyFu,
So you can see what's working for them.
and figure out how you can position yourself, strategically.
Right, that makes sense.
But remember, it's not about copying what they're doing.
Right, you want to find your own unique angle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can attract those customers who really value what you bring to the table.
I like that. So you've talked about the practical side of standing out. I like that.
What's your passion? What problem are you solving?
What impact do you want to make on the world?
All of that. It's easy to forget when you get bogged down in the day-to-day stuff.
True, so remember your why. What else?
They also recommend breaking down those big, scary goals into smaller steps.
Yes, those bite-sized pieces.
It's much easier to stay motivated when you're not overwhelmed by the big picture.
I like to think of it like eating an elephant,
And you can't do it all at once.
one bite at a time,
Exactly. Plus, those small wins give you a sense of progress.
which keeps you going.
Right. It fuels your motivation, keeps you moving forward.
So break it down and celebrate those small victories.
Exactly. Oh, and they also talk about finding a support system.
Support system, I love that.
It's so important to have people who understand what you're going through.
Because running a business can be lonely, right?
It can be.
It's great to have people you can bounce ideas off of, celebrate those wins with, and, just have a shoulder to cry on when you need it.
Exactly.
So where do you find those people?
They suggest joining online communities or mastermind groups or just having a few close friends who get it.
That's so important. Okay, we've talked about motivation, support,
Yeah.
but there's another challenge that a lot of new entrepreneurs, especially those who aren't tech savvy, really struggle with:
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
the technical stuff.
Yeah, it can feel really intimidating if you don't have that background.
Websites, coding, algorithms, oh my.
That's a lot. But the good news is you don't need to be a tech expert to succeed online.
Oh, thank goodness. So what do you do if you're not a coding ninja?
They recommend starting with those user-friendly platforms
User-friendly, okay.
like Shopify or WordPress with Elementor.
Yeah, I've heard of those. So you can create a professional-looking website without needing to learn how to code.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
It is. And if you do run into any issues that you can't handle yourself,
Yeah.
there are always solutions.
Like what?
They suggest checking out freelance platforms.
Oh, like Fiverr or Upwork?
Exactly. You can find people to help you with pretty much anything.
So you can outsource those tasks that are outside your comfort zone.
And if you're not ready to outsource, there are web hosting services that offer great support, like SiteGround or Bluehost.
So they've got your back.
Yeah, they have teams of experts available 24/7 to help you troubleshoot.
So you don't have to let the tech stuff hold you back.
Exactly. And, speaking of challenges, the Post makes another really important point.
What's that?
The online world is constantly changing.
Oh, yeah, it's moving so fast.
So what worked yesterday might not work tomorrow.
So how do you keep up? It feels like the learning never ends.
You're right, it doesn't. But that's a good thing, they say.
A good thing?
Yeah, they emphasize the importance of continuous learning.
Always be learning.
Exactly. It's about staying curious and open to new ideas.
So you have to kind of be an information junkie.
In a way, yeah. But they recommend a mix of resources to make it easier.
Like what?
Industry blogs, podcasts, YouTube channels, newsletters, it's all out there.
So you can find what works for you,
Exactly.
But can you take it even deeper?
Oh, absolutely. They recommend online courses.
Courses, like what kind?
Like Udemy and Coursera offer courses on pretty much everything.
Wow.
You can learn about SEO or social media marketing or web design or anything, really.
That's amazing. So you can really dive deep into any area that you're interested in.
You can. It's pretty cool.
It is. I love that the learning never stops.
Me too. It keeps things interesting.
Okay, well, this has been such an insightful conversation.
I agree.
We've covered so much ground, from finding your niche to managing your time to staying motivated.
We've been busy.
We have, but I feel like we've only scratched the surface of what this Blog Widow post has to offer.
Oh, for sure. There's so much more to explore.
I think it's one of those resources that you can keep coming back to.
Definitely. As you go through those different stages of your business.
Yeah, there's something in there for everyone, no matter where you are in your journey.
For sure. But
Sure.
even though we've covered a lot,
Yeah.
I think there are a few key takeaways that are worth highlighting, especially for those who are just starting out.
Definitely. What stands out to you? I think one of the biggest is that they didn't shy away from the hard stuff.
Yeah, they were upfront about it.
Like, they acknowledge that online business is challenging.
It's not a walk in the park.
You need that right mindset to really succeed.
Absolutely. It takes work, dedication.
And they emphasized adaptability.
Oh, yeah, being adaptable is huge, especially online.
Because things are constantly changing, right?
Yeah, you have to be willing to, adjust your course.
Pivot when things aren't working.
Yeah, exactly. Because the only constant is change, right? Especially in the online world.
New platforms, new trends, algorithms always shifting.
You got to be ready to roll with it.
And that ties into another key takeaway: continuous learning.
Oh, yeah, always be learning.
They stress that the learning shouldn't stop once you launch your business.
It's an ongoing process.
Because the moment you think you know everything.
That's when you fall behind.
Yeah, exactly. And they gave us so many resources for staying ahead of the curve: blogs, podcasts, online courses.
Tons of stuff.
And I liked how they emphasized that it's not just about staying competitive.
Yeah.
It's also rewarding on a personal level,
Yeah. It keeps you engaged, keeps you growing.
Okay, so adaptability, continuous learning.
Uh-huh.
Was there another key ingredient in that recipe for success?
Persistence. They talked a lot about persistence.
Oh yeah, not giving up, even when things get tough.
Because
Well,
entrepreneurship...
it's a marathon, not a sprint. Right.
Exactly. And you're going to hit those roadblocks, have those moments of self-doubt,
But it's about having that grit, pushing through.
and remembering that success isn't always linear.
There are going to be detours, setbacks,
Maybe even a few U-turns.
but it's that belief in yourself
Your vision.
that will ultimately get you where you want to go.
It's about the journey, right?
Embracing those twists and turns.
Knowing that every challenge makes you stronger.
Yeah, and they gave us some practical advice too, like breaking down those big goals into smaller steps.
To stay motivated.
Right, and celebrating those small wins along the way.
And finding that support system.
Oh, yeah, that's crucial.
It makes such a difference.
Having people who understand what you're going through.
Because it can be lonely sometimes.
It can, but having that tribe of people to turn to,
For advice, for encouragement,
even just a listening ear.
yeah, it can be a game changer.
Wow, this deep dive has been so insightful.
I know, right? It feels like we've uncovered a treasure trove of information.
It's like a blueprint for success in the online business world.
It is, but I think it's more than just a blueprint,
What do you mean?
It's a mindset.
A philosophy almost.
Yeah, approaching entrepreneurship with that sense of curiosity
Adaptability.
and a willingness to embrace the unknown.
Beautifully said.
So, challenges become opportunities,
Setbacks become learning experiences.
and the whole journey becomes an adventure.
I love that.
Me too.
Well, I think it's time to wrap things up. But before we go, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay.
Remember, you are capable of amazing things.
You really are.
You have the power to create something incredible.
A business that thrives and makes a positive impact.
Don't underestimate yourself.
And never give up on your dreams.
Oh, go out there
Embrace those challenges.
and make your mark on the world.
Until next time.
Happy diving, everyone!